The greatest need of our country is to start more churches. The need is incredible. There are thousands of native villages that have never been reached. People have never been told about the gospel. My name is Zachir Ibrahim, and I got saved 22 years ago because of a missionary coming to this country. And I came from a Muslim background. Our home was very hard, a lot of arguments, a lot of sin, a lot of drinking and parties and so on, and a lot of sorrows. And my mom was frustrated with it, and my relative got saved through that same missionary, came and invited me to come to church, and I came and I got saved that very first service. About a month later, my mom got saved, and my sister got saved. My father got saved 2 years after. All of us come from a Muslim background. Our lives changed because of the Lord Jesus Christ and because of a missionary being here in this country, spreading the gospel. The gospel has made a great difference in my life and my family's life. It has transformed our home from a home that had so much sorrows to a home with joy and love. And now I'm married to a godly woman. We have 4 children, 5 on the way, and a next one on the way, and we're all raising them up for the Lord. The greatest need of our country is to start more churches. We can do that in 2 ways. Is either God calls more men to come as missionaries to start more churches in this country here, and or we train more men than the churches we have here already to send out more men to start churches. And but if we can have it work in both ways, missionaries come, men sending out here. The need of church planting is everywhere. There's just a few Baptist churches in our country, and there's many areas in this country that has not been touched. They have not heard the gospel, and there's many areas that don't have a good Bible-believing Baptist church. The need of missionaries, the need of churches, the need of men leaving the churches to go and start churches is a tremendous need. There are thousands of villages in this country that has not been reached. There's many towns that has not been reached right now. Our long-term vision is seeing churches started. God has been speaking to me about starting churches throughout this country, buying land, building buildings, sending men out to start churches, and seeing a church in every village, seeing a church in every town, and starting a Christian school, starting eventually, by God's grace, a Bible college, and sending out missionaries even, not just people to go and start churches in our country, but sending them out of the country to reach the world for Christ. Guyana has a population of about 750,000 people, and this country can be reached in this generation. The people are hungry for Christ. If we have enough people, if we have 10 more churches, 15 more churches, and these men have a desire to spread the gospel in this country can be reached. We have the Jehovah's Witnesses trying to reach them, and the Mormons trying to reach them, and the Catholics and the Anglican Church. They're being taught these false gospel, but what we need is more men and families that are willing to be used of God, to start churches, to come here, to stay a little while, to start churches, to spread the gospel, to teach the people, to love the people. And if you are supporting missionaries, or you're looking for people to support and they're coming to this country, support them. They need your finances. If you could send Bibles, if you can St. John and Romans, if you could send gospel tracts. So I would say the need is for more churches to be started, more missionaries to be here, and more men to be trained to send out to start churches. A Bible college is needed. A Christian school, which we don't have, is needed. An orphanage is needed. And the finances for these missionaries to be here, for the work of God to go on here. If we don't have the finances, we can't buy land. We can't build buildings. We can't run buses. We can't spread the gospel like we want to. And the gospel is going to be spread, but not at the impact that it can be done in this simple generation here right now. This country can be reached in this generation.